Welcome to a journey of transformation and empowerment. I'm thrilled to guide you through the process of attracting positivity and abundance into your life. As a reminder, this is part 1 of a 3-part book series. So, let us jump right in. Modern Wealth: Redefining the Timeless Principles of W.D. Wattles, The Science of Getting Rich, by Sue Maxum. Preface: A straightforward guide to wealth. Welcome to a book that's all about getting straight to the point. This isn't a book filled with complicated theories or philosophical debates. It's a practical guide designed for real people looking for results. This book is for those who need money and want to get rich, not someday in the distant future, but now. It's for those who haven't had the chance or the means to dive deep into complex studies about the universe and how it works, but those who are ready to see real changes in their lives. The ideas in this book are based on solid principles, much like the laws of science. Think of it this way. When we learn about electricity, we don't need to know every detail about how it was discovered or all the scientific theories behind it. We just need to know that it works and how to use it. That's what this book is about. Understanding the practical steps to getting rich without knowing every detail about why these steps work. This book touches on a big idea called the monistic theory, the belief that everything in the universe is made from one substance. This isn't a new concept. It's been around for centuries and is a key part of many Eastern philosophies and the work of famous thinkers like Descartes and Emerson. But let's be clear, you don't need to dive into these philosophical depths to benefit from this book. The main thing is understanding that the approach to getting rich detailed here is tried and true. It's been tested in the real world and it works. If you're looking for the how-to and the practical steps to take, this book is your guide. I've written this book to be as straightforward and easy to understand as possible. No high-flown language, no beating around the bush, just clear, simple instructions. The methods outlined here are derived from a blend of philosophy and practicality, and they've been proven effective through actual experience. So, if you're ready to take action and see real results, to move from wanting to be rich to actually making it happen, this book is for you. Dive in, follow the steps laid out, and watch as the principles of wealth creation unfold in your life. To give you time to digest all of the information, I have chosen to break these teachings into 3 parts so as not to overwhelm you. Therefore, my only ask of you is to read it, apply its teachings, and embark on your journey to financial prosperity in the modern age. Let's get started on this path to financial success and a richer, fuller life. Chapter 1: The Essential Right to Wealth. In a world that often romanticizes the idea of living simply or enduring poverty, a stark truth stands out. Achieving a fully realized and successful life is closely tied to financial stability and wealth. It's a bold statement, but it's grounded in reality. Think about it. To really grow in your talents, explore your passions, and develop yourself both inside and out, you need resources. And let's face it, in our society, resources almost always mean money. The development of a person in every aspect, mental, spiritual, or physical, hinges on their access to various tools, experiences, and environments. And in the world we live in, this access is predominantly controlled by one's financial capability. Therefore, understanding how to accumulate wealth isn't just a nice skill, it's a fundamental necessity for anyone aspiring to grow and achieve their full potential. Life, in its essence, is about growth and development. Everything that lives has an innate right to evolve to reach its full capacity. This means having the freedom to access whatever is necessary for complete mental, spiritual, and physical development. In plain terms, it means having the right to be rich. In this discussion about wealth, we're not talking about riches in some abstract or poetic sense. Being truly rich means having enough resources to fully engage with and enjoy life. Settling for less, especially when you are capable of achieving more, is not just an underachievement. It's almost like turning your back on the very essence of life, which is to constantly move forward and grow. Consider the person who has everything they need to live their life to the fullest, to explore every interest, to nurture every talent, and to experience every joy. That person is genuinely rich. And in today's complex world, achieving this kind of richness invariably involves having a significant amount of money. Everyone has the innate desire to become the best version of themselves, a desire deeply rooted in our nature. True success means being able to transform into who you aspire to be, and this transformation often requires the backing of financial resources. Wanting to be wealthy is, therefore, not a matter of greed or superficiality. It's about longing for a life that's rich in every sense, full of opportunities, experiences, and growth. To not aspire for this kind of life, or to not seek the means to achieve it, is to deny oneself the vast array of experiences life offers. Embarking on this journey towards wealth is crucial for everyone. It begins with changing how you view money, not as the ultimate goal, but as a tool that enables a complete and fulfilling life. This shift in thinking is the first step in understanding the essential science of getting rich, a knowledge crucial for anyone wishing to lead a successful and complete life. Embracing the pursuit of wealth is about more than just personal gain. It's a holistic approach to life. By seeking financial stability, you're not just looking after your own interests, you're setting yourself up to contribute positively to the world and live a rich life in every possible way. In understanding the purpose of our lives, it becomes clear that we live for three fundamental aspects: the mind, the body, and the soul. Each aspect holds equal importance, and true fulfillment in life can only be achieved when all three are nurtured and allowed to thrive. It's a mistake to focus solely on one aspect, like just living for spiritual growth or only for intellectual pursuits, while neglecting the others. Living solely for physical pleasures and ignoring mental and spiritual growth leads to an unfulfilled existence. True life, the genuinely fulfilling kind, involves the complete expression and development of ourselves through our body, mind, and soul. If any of these aspects are ignored or underdeveloped, we end up with unfulfilled desires and a sense of incompleteness. For our bodies to fully live, basic needs must be met: nutritious food, comfortable clothing, and adequate shelter. Beyond these basics, we need freedom from overworking, plus time for rest and recreation. These elements are essential for maintaining physical health and vitality. Similarly, our minds require continuous nourishment. This doesn't mean just formal education. It's about having access to books, the opportunity to travel, observe, and learn from different experiences, and the chance to engage with others in intellectual discussions. To fully stimulate the mind, we must engage in intellectual hobbies and appreciate art and beauty, enriching our understanding and perspective of the world. When it comes to the soul, its nourishment comes from love, which is often stifled by poverty. True happiness is often found in giving and sharing with those we love. A person who lacks the means to give materially cannot fully express their love, and thus cannot completely fulfill their role in relationships or society. It's through the use of material things that we can nourish our bodies, stimulate our minds, and express the depths of our souls. Therefore, attaining wealth becomes essential. Desiring to be rich is not just a personal wish, it's a natural and justified aspiration. It's an expression of wanting to live life fully and to utilize all that life has to offer. Studying and understanding how to achieve wealth is one of the most important pursuits you can undertake. Neglecting this study is not only a disservice to yourself, but also to the larger purpose you serve in life. By maximizing your potential and becoming wealthy, you can offer more to the world through creativity, generosity, or leadership. In summary, striving for wealth is a holistic approach to life. It's not just about financial success, it's about enriching your life in every aspect: mind, body, and soul. This pursuit is about making the most of yourself, and in doing so, you contribute positively to the world around you. The journey to wealth, therefore, is not just a path to financial abundance, but a journey towards a rich and fulfilling life in every sense. Chapter 2. The exact science of wealth creation. You might not realize it, but there's a science to getting rich. It's as precise as algebra or arithmetic. Just like these subjects have rules and formulas, there are specific laws for acquiring wealth. Once you understand and apply these laws, getting rich becomes a certainty, not just a possibility. You see, accumulating wealth and owning property isn't about luck or chance. It's about doing things in a specific way, what we'll call the certain way. Those who discover and practice this certain way, whether intentionally or by accident, find themselves on the path to riches. On the other hand, you could be working incredibly hard and be extremely skilled. Still, if you're not doing things in this certain way, you will likely stay where you are financially. This principle is like a natural law. For every action, there's a predictable reaction. So if you learn to do things in this certain way, you're guaranteed to get rich. It's that straightforward. Now, you might think that wealth depends significantly on where you live or your environment. But if that were true, wouldn't everyone in a wealthy neighborhood be rich? Wouldn't every person in a thriving city be rolling in money? Reality shows us that's not the case. Rich and poor people often live in the same areas and work in the same industries, yet their financial outcomes are wildly different. This proves that getting rich is more than just about where you are or the job you have. It's more about how you do things. And here's another interesting thing. Getting rich doesn't necessarily depend on having extraordinary talents or abilities. When you look at people who've become wealthy, they're often no more talented than the average person. They didn't get rich because of some unique talent. They did so because they approached things in the certain way. So, it's not about being the most frugal or saving every penny either. We've all seen examples of people who are extremely cautious with their money, but remain poor, while those who spend freely sometimes get rich. Nor is it about doing something completely unique or different in your business or job. Often, two people doing almost identical things in the same industry have vastly different financial outcomes. All these observations lead to one conclusion: getting rich results from doing things in a certain way. If this process of getting rich follows a specific pattern, and if similar actions consistently produce similar results, then anyone, yes, anyone who learns and applies this certain way can become rich. It's not a game of chance, it's a matter of science. Once you grasp this concept, you've entered the realm of exact science, where getting rich is a predictable and achievable outcome. You might be wondering if the certain way to get rich is so complicated that only a few people can follow it. The truth is, it's not about how naturally smart or talented you are. We've seen all kinds of people get rich. Those who are incredibly smart and those who aren't. Those with a lot of physical strength and those without. What's clear is that getting rich isn't limited to a certain type of person. As long as you can think and understand the concepts laid out in this book and take action, you can become wealthy. It's also important to realize that your environment isn't the main factor in determining your wealth. Sure, location plays a role. You wouldn't set up a snow ski shop in the Sahara Desert, for instance. But beyond making sensible choices like these, your environment doesn't limit your ability to get rich. If someone else in your town or state can become wealthy, there's no reason you can't too. When it comes to choosing a business or profession, the certain way doesn't demand that you pick a specific field. People have become rich in all sorts of jobs and businesses. You might think you need to find the right business to get rich, but your neighbors might be getting wealthy in the same field where you're struggling. This shows that it's not about the business itself, but about how you handle it. Naturally, you'll do best in work that you enjoy and that suits your skills. And sure, some businesses fit better in specific locations than others, like an ice cream parlor in a sunny place rather than a cold climate. But these are just common sense considerations. The key to getting rich isn't about the business or job itself. It's about how you do it, the certain way. A big myth about getting rich is that you need a lot of money to start with, or what we call capital. But here's the thing. Getting rich is a process that helps you build capital as you go. You might start with very little or even be in debt, but by doing things in the certain way, you'll begin to see your wealth grow. And as you get more money, it becomes easier and quicker to make even more. No matter where you're starting from, whether you're deep in debt, without friends or influential contacts, if you begin to do things in the certain way, you're bound to start getting rich. It's like a law of nature. Similar actions lead to similar results. If you don't have money now, you can get it. If you're in the wrong business or the wrong place, you can make a change. And the best part is, you can start right where you are in your current job or business by applying the certain way to achieve success. This approach to getting rich is about starting with what you have and where you are, and then making strategic changes in how you do things. It's about understanding and applying a set of principles that naturally lead to wealth accumulation, regardless of your current circumstances. Chapter 3. Demystifying the myth of monopolized opportunities. A common belief that might be holding you back is the idea that opportunities for wealth are monopolized, that somehow there's a fence around prosperity, and only a select few have the key. This notion might make you feel stuck, unable to break into the realms of success and riches. However, this belief is far from the truth. The reality is that opportunities for wealth are not confined or controlled by a select few. They are abundant and varied, waiting to be tapped into by anyone willing to look beyond the obvious paths. You might see certain industries, like the major railroad companies of the past, as exclusive clubs where only a few could enter and succeed. However, focusing solely on these apparent monopolies overlooks the vast landscape of emerging opportunities. Consider the rise of electric railways or the burgeoning field of aerial transportation. These realms allow innovation and enterprise to flourish, offering new avenues for wealth creation. Why not explore these new frontiers rather than compete in an oversaturated market? Opportunities ebb and flow, often aligning with the broader needs of society and the economy. Currently, there's a noticeable trend favoring agriculture and related industries, offering more significant opportunities in these areas than in traditional factory work. This shift isn't just limited to farming. It extends to businesses and professions that support the agricultural sector. Swimming with the current of these opportunities, rather than against them, is key. It's a misconception that factory workers or any group of individuals are inherently denied opportunities. Their current position is not due to being oppressed by those in power, but often because they haven't tapped into the certain way of doing things. If workers unite and channel their efforts in this certain way, they can transform their economic position. They can establish cooperative businesses, elect representatives who support their endeavors, and ultimately claim a more significant stake in the industrial landscape. The potential for the working class to ascend to wealth and influence is as real for them as it is for anyone else. The fundamental law of wealth applies universally. However, this transformation requires a shift in approach, a willingness to learn and act in the certain way. It's not about the limitations imposed by one's social class or occupation. It's about seizing the opportunities that align with the evolving needs of society. This book is your guide to understanding and navigating these opportunities. It's designed to show you how you can ride the tide of opportunity and achieve wealth regardless of your current position or background. The journey to riches is not reserved for a select few. It's a path open to you, waiting for you to take the first step in the certain way. In the modern world, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that there isn't enough wealth to go around, that somehow the rich have hoarded all the resources, leaving little for the rest. But this belief is far from the truth. The reality is there's an abundance of resources and opportunities available. The notion that poverty is due to a scarcity of riches is a misconception. Think about it this way. The materials available on Earth are so vast that theoretically, luxurious homes could be built for everyone, much grander than the most impressive buildings we see today. With advanced agricultural techniques, there's the potential to produce more than enough food and clothing for everyone on the planet. The visible resources we see around us are already immense, but beyond that, there's an even greater, inexhaustible supply. This idea is rooted in the belief that everything in the world comes from a single original substance, or formless substance. This formless substance is the basis of all that exists. It's like an unlimited raw material that the universe continually uses to create and reshape everything around us. Just as new technologies and innovations emerge, old ones fade away, but they all originate from this same fundamental source. The potential of this original substance is limitless. When one resource seems to be running out, more is created. Consider how technology has revolutionized industries. Renewable energy is replacing finite fossil fuels. Vertical farming techniques are making food production more sustainable, and advancements in materials science have led to the creation of new, sustainable fabrics. This constant innovation is evidence of the inexhaustible nature of the universe's resources. Thus, no one is poor because the world lacks wealth. If ever there's a shortage of resources like building materials, food, or even precious metals like gold and silver, more will be created or discovered. This original substance is responsive to humanity's needs. It continually evolves and adapts to ensure that there is always enough. This principle applies to all of humanity collectively. If individuals are experiencing poverty, it's not because the world lacks resources, but because they haven't tapped into the right way of accessing these resources, the certain way of doing things. Understanding and aligning with this principle opens up a world of possibilities. It's about realizing that the universe is abundant, and that you can tap into an endless well of resources and opportunities by thinking and acting in harmony with this abundance. Chapter 4. Unleashing the Power of Thought in Wealth Creation. In the journey to wealth, the first and most crucial principle to grasp is the power of thought. It's a concept that might seem abstract at first, but its implications are profoundly concrete. Understanding this is the key to unlocking the potential of creating tangible wealth from what we call the formless substance. This substance, the raw material of the universe, is responsive to thought. It's a thinking, living entity, and every form you see around you, from the grandeur of mountains to the design of your smartphone, is essentially the manifestation of thought. Think of the universe as a canvas of thoughts. The formless substance, or original substance, moves and shapes itself based on these thoughts. The planets and stars, the growth of a tree, the flow of rivers, every natural process and form is the visible outcome of an idea or thought within this original substance. It's an ongoing dance of creation where thought leads and form follows. For instance, consider the concept of a galaxy with its intricate system of planets and stars. The form and motion of these celestial bodies are the result of the universe's thoughts. Closer to home, think about an oak tree. It doesn't spring up overnight as a mighty oak. Instead, the thought of an oak tree sets in motion a gradual process, following established growth patterns over time. This principle of thought-shaping form is constant and consistent. Every idea or mental image that impresses upon the original substance initiates the creation of its physical form, usually along pre-established paths. This is where the potential for wealth creation begins. When you think of a house with specific characteristics and impress this thought upon the formless substance, it doesn't instantly materialize. Instead, it redirects existing creative energies in the world, labor, capital, and materials, to eventually bring about the construction of that house. If those channels didn't exist, the house would still form, but directly from the raw substance, bypassing the conventional processes of the physical world. It's important to understand that no thought of form fails to leave its imprint on the formless substance. As a thinking entity, you have the power to originate thoughts and ideas. Everything crafted by human hands, every invention or creation, first existed as a thought. Until now, human effort has primarily focused on manipulating and modifying existing forms, using manual labor to alter what already exists. But the real power lies in creating new forms, new realities, by impressing our thoughts onto the formless substance. This principle marks the beginning of a new way of thinking about wealth creation. It's not just about physical labor or altering existing resources. It's about using your thoughts to tap into the universe's creative potential. Understanding and applying this principle opens up endless possibilities for wealth creation, far beyond the limitations of physical effort and existing resources. Your thoughts have the ability to shape reality. So what if there's a deeper, more profound way to create? To understand this, let's consider 3 foundational propositions. First, there is an original, formless substance from which everything is made. This might seem like a complex idea, but it's pretty straightforward. Imagine that everything around you, every element and object, whether it's part of the natural world or a man-made creation, is just a different version of this one basic material. And here's the key. This material is responsive to thought. When you think a certain way, this thinking substance takes on the form of your thoughts. This leads us to our second proposition. A thought in this substance produces the physical form of that thought. Your ability to think, to imagine, and to conceptualize is not just an internal process. It has the power to create tangible forms in the external world. The third proposition is about your potential as a creator. You are a center of original thought. If you can communicate your ideas to this original thinking substance, you can create the things you think about. In simple terms, your thoughts can become reality. You might be wondering, can this really be proven? The answer lies in both logic and experience. By examining the nature of thought and form, we find our way back to this original thinking substance. And by observing how thoughts influence our reality, we see evidence of this creative process at work. Consider this. If even one person reads this book and becomes rich by following its principles, it's a sign that these ideas hold water. And if everyone who applies these principles achieves wealth, then it's undeniable proof. The theory holds until proven otherwise, and this process of creating wealth through thought will only succeed if followed precisely. The key takeaway is that your actions are a direct result of your thoughts. To achieve the results you desire, you need to learn to think in a specific way. This is the first step towards acquiring wealth. Thinking what you want to think means focusing on the truth of your aspirations and goals, irrespective of your current circumstances. In essence, to embark on the path to riches, you must align your thoughts with the creative power of the universe. It's about harnessing the potential of the formless substance through the power of your mind. This approach isn't just about physical actions, it's about cultivating a mindset that sees beyond appearances to the underlying truths of abundance and possibility. Mastering the mind for wealth creation. Every person possesses the inherent ability to think exactly what they want to think, but it's far more challenging than it seems. It's easy to let your thoughts be swayed by what you see around you, to think in line with appearances. But to think the truth, to believe in something despite what your current situation looks like, requires significant effort and mental strength. It's one of the most demanding tasks you can undertake, particularly when what you believe to be true goes against what you see in your life. Most people find it challenging to engage in consistent, focused thought. It's the toughest kind of work, especially when what you need to believe is in stark contrast to your current reality. Every situation you face has the potential to shape your thoughts. For example, if you constantly focus on illness, your mind begins to align with that perception, impacting your physical health. Conversely, if you hold on to the belief in health, even when surrounded by illness, your mind and body align with that healthier reality. The same principle applies to your financial situation. Focusing on the appearance of poverty can lead to a mindset of lack, but if you concentrate on the idea of abundance, that becomes your reality. It takes a lot of power to think thoughts of health and wealth when everything around you seems to contradict those thoughts. However, the person who masters this way of thinking becomes a master of their own fate. They have the power to shape their destiny, to acquire what they desire, and to become who they want to be. This mastery begins with understanding a fundamental truth. You have the ability to impress your thoughts and manifest them into tangible things. Realizing this truth eliminates doubt and fear. You understand that you have the power to create what you want, to have what you desire, and to become who you aspire to be. To harness the science of getting rich, you must adopt this singular view of the universe. Embrace these truths and let them become a part of your everyday thinking. Do not entertain doubts or listen to contradictory viewpoints. Your belief in these principles must be unwavering. Do not waste time questioning why these statements are factual or how they can be true. Accept them as they are, believe in them, and let this belief transform your approach to life. The journey to wealth starts with an absolute acceptance of this faith. This is where you lay the foundation for a life of abundance, shaped by the power of your thoughts and your unwavering belief in the limitless potential of the thinking substance. Chapter 5. Embracing the abundance of life. To embark on the path to wealth, the first belief you must discard is that poverty is a destined or divine condition. There's a pervasive idea that some higher power desires certain people to be poor, but this couldn't be further from the truth. The essence of the universe, what we refer to as the intelligent substance, is found in everything and everyone. This substance is alive, conscious, and constantly seeking to expand and increase. Just like every living being, it inherently strives for growth. Consider how life perpetuates itself. A single seed falls to the ground, and not only grows into a plant, but also produces hundreds more seeds, each capable of creating more life. This is the natural cycle of life, to grow, multiply, and continually seek expansion. In the same way, intelligence and consciousness are always in a state of growth. Every thought leads to another. Every piece of knowledge opens the door to more learning, and every talent developed sparks the desire to cultivate another. This is the unstoppable force of life, constantly pushing us to learn more, do more, and become more. However, to truly grow and fulfill our potential, we need resources. We need to be rich. Wealth is not just about having money, it's about having the means to expand our lives in every direction. Our desire for wealth is essentially our life's desire to express itself fully. The urge to acquire more money is akin to the life force that drives a plant to grow. It's the natural inclination to seek a fuller, more expressive existence. The intelligent substance that permeates the universe operates under this law of perpetual growth and expansion. It naturally seeks to live more, to create more, and this desire is manifested in everything around us. When you understand this, you'll see that the universe, in its essence, wants you to be rich. It's not just a wish, it's a fundamental aspect of the universe's nature. This desire for you to be wealthy is because the universe can express itself more fully through you when you have the means to live fully. When you have access to an abundance of resources, you become a better conduit for the universe's expression. The universe can live more in you when you have unlimited command of the means of life. Everything in nature is aligned with your plans and aspirations. The universe is naturally inclined to support you in having everything you desire. Once you truly believe this, you align yourself with the abundance of life. However, it's crucial that your desires and purpose align with the larger purpose of the universe. Seeking wealth should not be about mere indulgence or sensory gratification. True living involves performing every function of life, physical, mental, and spiritual to the fullest, without overindulgence. When you live this way, seeking to perform every function and fulfill every potential, you are living in harmony with the universe's purpose. This alignment is key to unlocking the true path to wealth and abundance. The ethical path to wealth. The pursuit of wealth is often misunderstood. It's not about living a life of excess, indulging in every physical pleasure without restraint. Experiencing and enjoying the physical aspects of life is essential, but it's about balance, not excess. To live fully, you must allow your body to express its natural and healthy impulses, but within the context of a balanced life. Similarly, acquiring riches isn't solely for intellectual gratification. It is not solely to amass knowledge, achieve ambitions, outshine others, or gain fame. While these aspects contribute to a fulfilling life, focusing only on intellectual pursuits can lead to an incomplete and unfulfilled life. There's more to life than just feeding the mind. Moreover, the desire to become wealthy shouldn't be driven purely by altruism. The notion of losing oneself in the service of others or seeking joy only in philanthropy and sacrifice. These are noble pursuits, but they represent only one aspect of a well-rounded life. They are not inherently superior to seeking personal growth or enjoyment. The real reason to aspire to wealth is to live life in its fullest sense, to enjoy good food and drink, appreciate beauty, explore the world, enrich your mind, and engage in meaningful relationships and acts of kindness. Wealth allows you to contribute positively to the world, not by sacrificing your own needs, but by being in a position to help others effectively. It's crucial to dispel the notion that seeking wealth is selfish or that divine favor is earned through self-denial. The universe doesn't require you to live in poverty to prove your worthiness. What the universe, or the intelligent substance, really wants is for you to reach your highest potential for your own benefit and the benefit of those around you. You can do more good and help others more effectively when you are at your best, and being at your best often requires having ample resources. Thus, striving to become wealthy is a worthy and commendable goal. It's about making the most of yourself and, in turn, contributing to the world in the most impactful way. In this pursuit, it's essential to understand that the intelligent substance, the source of all creation, is not about taking from one to give to another. It's not about competing for a limited set of resources. The universe is abundant, and its intention is for everyone to experience more life, more growth, and more abundance. This means that your path to wealth shouldn't involve taking from others, engaging in unfair practices, or exploiting people. You don't need to covet what others have or look enviously at their successes. The journey to wealth is not about competing, but about creating, bringing new ideas, solutions, and value into the world. As you aspire to wealth, remember that you are not taking anything away from anyone else. On the contrary, your success can contribute to the greater good, uplifting yourself and those around you. In this way, everyone benefits. Your wealth creation should be a process of adding to the world, not taking from it. You are meant to be a creator, not just a competitor, in the universe's grand design. In your journey toward wealth, You might have noticed individuals who accumulate vast fortunes by operating in direct contrast to the principles of cooperative creation and abundance. These individuals, often characterized by extraordinary competitive ability, have made their mark in the world of plutocracy, a society governed by the wealthy. However, it's essential to understand the broader context of their wealth. Historically, figures like Rockefeller, Carnegie, and Morgan played significant roles in shaping industries. Their contributions, often driven by intense competition and personal ambition, were integral to the industrial evolution and the organization of productive systems. In a way, they were instruments in a larger process of societal development, contributing to the general advancement of humanity. But as we move forward, this era of industrial magnates is giving way to a new phase where wealth creation is becoming more distributed and inclusive. It's crucial to realize that the wealth accumulated in such competitive environments is only partially fulfilling and enduring. The wealth gained by outcompeting others, cornering markets, or aggressive business tactics often lacks permanence and satisfaction. It can be yours today and belong to someone else tomorrow. True wealth, the kind that is lasting and genuinely enriching, comes from a place of creation, not competition. To attain wealth in a way that is aligned with the laws of the universe, you need to step out of the mindset of competition. You must understand and believe that the universe's resources are not limited. The moment you start thinking that a few are hoarding wealth, and you need to fight for your share, you lose sight of the principle of abundance. Such thinking limits your creative power and hinders the positive momentum you might have built. The truth is, there are untapped resources everywhere, mountains of wealth, both literal and figurative, waiting to be discovered or created. The money and resources you need will come to you, possibly through avenues and opportunities you can't even imagine right now. It's not about scrambling for what's visible or available. It's about tapping into the unlimited supply of the formless substance, the thinking stuff from which all things are made. Therefore, never worry that opportunities will run out, or that others will claim everything before you get your chance. Such fears are baseless in a universe governed by the principles of abundance and creation. You are not competing for a share of a finite pie. You are creating your own wealth through your thoughts and alignment with the universal laws. Reaffirm these truths to yourself. There is a thinking substance from which all things are made, permeating and filling the universe. A thought in this substance produces the physical manifestation of that thought. You can create and manifest what you desire by impressing your thoughts on this thinking substance. Embracing these principles will set you on the true path to wealth, a path marked not by competition and scarcity, but by creation, abundance, and endless possibilities. Conclusion. The essence of creating wealth. In this journey, we've embarked upon the fundamental truths about wealth and its creation. The path to wealth is not just a series of physical actions or a mere game of chance. It is deeply intertwined with the mental and spiritual laws of the universe. At the core of these laws is the understanding that the universe is an abundant place, governed by a living, thinking substance that responds to our thoughts and desires. The foundation of wealth begins with the realization that poverty is not a destined state, nor a condition desired by a higher power. Instead, wealth is available to all who understand and align themselves with the universe's principles. This alignment requires recognizing that life, in all its forms, seeks to expand, grow, and express itself more fully. Therefore, the desire for wealth is not just a pursuit of material gains, but an expression of life's inherent urge to evolve and flourish. We have explored the power of thought in shaping our reality. Every idea and every dream you hold in your mind has the potential to manifest itself in the physical world. This is not a metaphorical concept, but a literal truth of the universe. Your thoughts, when aligned with the creativity of the universe, become the blueprints of your reality. Thus, mastering your thoughts, focusing on abundance rather than scarcity, on possibilities rather than limitations, is the first step towards creating wealth. The principles outlined thus far also emphasize the ethical and cooperative nature of true wealth creation. It's not about competing for limited resources or achieving success at the expense of others. The universe's abundant nature ensures that your success contributes to the greater good, uplifting not only yourself, but also those around you. In its truest form, wealth creation is a process of adding value, contributing to the world, and participating in the universal flow of abundance. As we conclude part 1 of this 3-part journey, we must understand that these principles are just the beginning. The path to wealth is an ongoing process of learning, growing, and aligning oneself with the universal laws. The chapters ahead will delve deeper into these principles, offering more insights and practical steps on how to apply them in your life. Remember, the journey to wealth is as much about personal transformation as it is about financial gain. It's about discovering your true potential, unleashing your creative power, and aligning yourself with the abundance of the universe. As you continue on this path, keep an open mind and a receptive heart, and be ready to explore new horizons of understanding and achievement. The next book in this series will introduce more principles and provide further guidance on your journey to wealth. You're not just learning how to accumulate wealth, you're learning how to live in harmony with the universe's profound and abundant nature. Stay tuned for more insights and tools to empower you to turn your dreams into reality. In closing, let this book be a source of empowerment and inspiration. Please take what you've learned, apply it, and watch as your life transforms. The power to change, grow, and succeed lies within you. Embrace it, nurture it, and let it guide you to a future filled with success, happiness, and fulfillment. Thank you for joining me on this journey. May it be the beginning of an incredible path of personal and financial empowerment. Here's to your success. If you found this audiobook helpful, please share it with a friend who might benefit from this knowledge and wisdom. Also, please push that like button so we know that this material is resonating with you. Be sure to subscribe so that you are the first to know about each new audiobook that we publish. And remember, you can purchase a copy of every ebook with bonuses at samaxam.com. Enjoy, and here's to your success. I'll see you in part 2.